Hi. You're the new builder. I'm unsure. Second or third in command in the Civil Corps. I'm not really sure. We keep the peace around here because if we didn't, things would be a lot less peaceful. Sheriff told me I have to watch this door and make sure no crazy robots get out of the Paradise Lost hazardous ruins here behind me. Paradise Lost used to be a shopping mall in the old world, but after the day of calamity, all the robots went crazy. Or was it before? I don't know. I was never good at history. Oh, you want to go in here? I thought you just wanted to chat with me. Well, the lock on this door here is broken, and Justice told me not to let anyone in or out until it's fixed. So, sorry. Yeah, probably. The door kind of looks fine to me, but I gotta follow orders. Sheriff Justice has got to get an official commission through the City Hall. That's just how it is, I guess. So until Justice does the paperwork, I'm sorry to say I can't help you. Yeah, maybe you'll get a commission soon to fix it, but who knows how long that could be. If I were you, I'd just do other things for a while. I'm sure we'll reopen Paradise Lost when the time is right. I mean, probably. Well, good luck. Hope you're enjoying Sandrock. I'm lucky to have Justice as my commanding officer. He always takes care of me and has my back. Don't know too much about your boss Yan, though. Thing about these sandstorms that get you, it's not the storm, it's the sand. Yep. One of the cool things about rocks is that you can stack them. Every rock has a different shape, so every stack has a brand new feeling. I try to make one every afternoon. Have you seen our cat Captain? He's a tough little guy, but he gets too friendly sometimes. Don't feed him random things. He might get sick. Hey, do you like sand? If not, I've got bad news for you. A lot of people around here are worried because there are so many dangerous creatures and critters around lately. Well, bye. Hey, I wanted to commission some homemade paint, but your boss said it was too small of a task to put on the board. Then he said some kind of greedy stuff. Do you think you could help me out? Cool. Actually, I was thinking we could enjoy the paint together. I'm taking the day off to paint my walls 3 days from now. Do you want to bring over the paint then so we can paint then? That's great news. We're going to have a really good time. See you then. Don't forget the paint. That's the most important part of painting. Hey, how's the paint going? Wait, don't tell me. I hate spoilers. See ya. Whew, nice work. The hardest part is behind us. First, some music to set the mood. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy the show. Yep, you've heard the stories, but did you ever think you'd really be living it? Watching paint dry. If you look really close, you can see the thicker parts of the paint slowly drip down and even out. Whoa, you're going already? The party's just getting started. Oh, cool. You scared me for a second. I thought maybe you weren't having a good time. But for a beginner, you might want to focus on a point. Looks like the paint is dry. Well, you know what they say. Nothing good can last forever. Did you enjoy yourself? My favorite part was when the paint dried. Well, I'm beat. That was more than enough excitement for one day. I'll catch you later. Hey, cool heart nod. Reminds me of this rock I was gonna give you. Have you gotten any letters you liked lately? Never mind. I better go over here now. Hello. Sorry about the mess. It wasn't like this when I left this morning. So yeah, as you can see, there are rocks all over the place. Someone's been moving them around, I guess. Well, I know you only had a chance to look around for like 10 seconds, but who do you think could have done this? Dang, wow. Yeah, maybe a thief came in and ransacked my house, but then realized there was nothing of value to steal and just left. How embarrassing for both of us. It'll be so awkward if we put him in jail and have to see him at work. Captain? No, he swore an oath to protect and serve. Yeah, he does come by sometimes, but he's not like other cats who jump up on your table and knock stuff over. Only way he'd ever do that is if there was a criminal on your table. If that's the bookcase, I only have my shelf to blame. Actually, it's none of the above. I ran out of space on my rock shelf, so I've just been placing my new ones in random places, starting to look like one of those old people houses we go to investigate when no one's heard from the old people in a long time. And, sorry, got too real there for a sec. Usually with him, it's stacks and stacks of newspapers anyway, not rocks. So yeah, I need your help. I need a new rock shelf. You know, rectangular wooden object with a series of shelves that stack horizontally so as to store and display rocks. Rock shelf. Can you help me build one? Well, yeah. I mean, kind of like a bookshelf, but for storing rocks. I probably won't be putting any books on this thing. Oh, unless it's a book about rocks. You know what? Let's not rule that out. Do you think you could make me a rectangular wooden object with a series of shelves that stack horizontally that is capable of storing and displaying not only rocks, but potentially, if need be, books as well? Whew, nice. Thought I might be asking too much of you. Thanks a million. Just go ahead and stick it over there on the wall when it's done. Then I'll come home and be like, oh man, new rock case. Thanks. In addition to accepting my task, you've also given me a lot to think about. Well, see ya. Let's run around and do things. All my patrolling has prepared me for this. I've heard sometimes people sit here and talk about things. We're people. That means we could do that. I think you're neat too. We have a lot in common. Hey, thanks. This is pretty much all I do, so if I wasn't good at it, that'd be pretty sad. Thanks. The Corps' minimum allotted time per day for required grooming is 30 minutes. Unless there's an emergency, of course. Well, a long time ago, I used to be someone with a lot of free time. Now, I have a job. It's like Justice is always telling me, you need food to live. Maybe we should take his advice and eat something. Things are going well. Let's see. What did I do today? Well, I got out of bed, then, gosh, I really can't remember anything I did at work today. Deciding isn't really my thing. Why don't you choose? Thank you for the food. I liked it all. Oh, hey there. I was just here putting this letter into your mailbox. On second thought, might just not. Oh, hey, shoot. I just remembered. I need to go home and lock myself in my closet. See ya. Come in? Oh, I can see through the cracks a bit. You come to join me? One person closet, I'm afraid. You can hang out as long as you want. I'll probably be in here a while though. Air's nice this time of year. I'm afraid I might be trapped in this closet. Why did I want to sing that for some reason? Oh wait, hold the telegraph on that one. False alarm. I'm not trapped, just not done yet. Might be a while though. So, yeah, don't wait up. Oh, yeah, they're still wondering about those letters, huh? Heard about that. Yeah, well, it sure is hard to catch criminals. As you know, actually, I looked it up. Not writing your name on a letter isn't a crime. That's why I didn't get back to you. Gosh, all the evidence is pointing straight to, yeah, it does seem like I'm the lead suspect in this case. I mean, it's probably me, but what if it's not? Dang, it's hard to think inside this closet. Well, if it really is me, I'd want to be the first to know. Say, you're the best investigator we have on the force. Maybe you can solve this case. As it so happens, we are exactly where we need to be for that to happen. My house. I'll bet you could build a criminal profile on me based on my stuff. Why don't you take a look around? You might even find the secret letter I was going to give you. But don't get your hopes up too high. I hid it pretty good. Just head over to the jukebox and turn on the investigation music when you're ready.
I do it myself, but, you know, closet. Nice. Can't have an investigation without the investigation music. Describe to me what you see, and I'll try to help out your investigation. All I know how to cook is yellow soup and lemons. It ain't much, but it gets me through the day. Yeah, you just take 2 parts yellow, 4 red dots, and, I don't think I know how to share recipes. You should ask Owen or Mabel about that. Oh, these? Justice gave me these. He wants me to eat more meat for protein, but I'm more of a yellow soup and lemons guy. Oh, no, I'll give them away, or eat them. I haven't decided yet, but, you know, sky's the limit. Are we getting off track? Maybe we should get back to looking for clues. One of my quieter works. The little one on top I balanced there with a tweezer. The delicate serenity of it all makes me less worried when I ask it to do dishes, and it never does. Couple boxes of rocks. Nothing to see here. Really? Don't you have hundreds of rocks in your storage boxes most of the time? I'm not judging. Obviously, I have plenty myself. You shouldn't feel bad about collecting things you like. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I think it's fine. That's Wilson. He's sleeping. Better not wake him up. Well, I guess if it's for the sake of the investigation, up to you. Looks like he's not talking, which makes sense. Wilson ain't no snitch. A bunch of exercise equipment. If the perpetrator has been lifting weights like this, they'd be too strong to write. They'd smash the pencil in their grip, or rip right through the paper when they tried to write. Not looking good for our investigation. Well, yeah, you might be right. Probably not really either of us to say, though. Better keep looking. Ah, one of my finest rock stacks. Note how each layer is perfectly balanced, and yet each rock supporting them is a different size and consistency. I like to think that this sculpture represents the idea that, no matter who you are, we all have a place where we can fit in and hold each other up, ideally surrounded by cool rocks. How could anyone with such a wholesome rock stack be responsible for something like nameless letter writing? Yeah, maybe it's a no-good lead. Darn, really thought we had something there. Well, looks like we didn't find anything. Guess I'm not the one who sent those letters after all. That's a shame. I was really rooting for you to catch me, if it was me, which is still up for debate. Whew, do you mind turning on that fan? Sweating bullets here inside this closet.
Did you read the part where I signed my name? Wow, I never thought I'd be able to find the bravery to ask you. And I was right. It took a series of weird coincidences to make this happen. Yes, I would really love that. A relationship. I didn't even think I knew the meaning of the word before I met you. And after I looked it up in the dictionary. Is this fate? Cool. I've never done a fate before. Well, this has been a day. Can't believe I acted like a total idiot for no reason. That is so not me. Oh, I know this has been like the biggest day ever for us, but I think I have to go get back on patrol. I wasn't sure this day would ever come, but also, I kept this on my person at all times just in case it did. Here. Yeah, exactly. But it's more like a cartoon heart. Doesn't really look like a real heart. A rock that looked like a real human heart would be pretty weird to give to someone. Okay, better go. Yeah. Okay, see ya. Oh, yeah, you're right. It definitely was. Here's a rock I found. It's shaped like a heart. A cartoon heart, not a real one. Maybe you can take it home and break it with your pick hammer. The same way you broke my heart. My real one, not a cartoon one. See ya. Wow.
if you didn't get it from my letter, I always thought you were super cool. To be your best friend, it would be an honor. In case you didn't see, I asked Justice. He said it's okay if I have 2 best friends. And Wilson, well, he's just not the jealous type. So things are kind of just gonna be great from now on, I think. Yeah, sure. Lots of things are fast. Cars, yak mill, me apparently. Yeah, let's just be friends. I'll do a bit less secret admiring and do more being that guy. Your friend, the guy. Hey, I was at work and I heard someone come in because my house is next door, and I'm glad it's you and not someone else. Whoa, you really pulled all the stops out on this one. Books, rocks, heck, you could just put about anything in there. Let me just collect all my rocks here, and we can take this bad boy for a test display. Cool. Say, do you want to stick around for a bit? I mean, maybe you could help me decide which rocks to put where. Alright, cool. Let me just put on some tunes to set the mood. So, the short of it is, I like to organize the rocks into 3 categories: high, mid, and low tier. The mid tier represents the one I think are alright, and definitely deserve a seat at the table, or a rock shelf. And low tier, well, those rocks I'm not a super fan of, but I'm sure other people like. Let's start with the top. First we got onyx, painite, zinc, and then this one. I don't know, onyx is dark and mysterious. It's pretty shiny, reflects light, makes you kind of wonder about the universe. Next is painite. Despite the name, it's really got nothing to do with pain. It's just a nice red rock. I've only ever found one before. She said it's super rare, maybe the only one in the world. So I guess you could say this rock is unique. Then there's zinc. Zinc is really useful. It's found in the wirings of our telegraphs, street lamp posts. Why, even the firing pin in our Civil Corps pistols are made of zinc. I'd hate to live in a world without zinc. Last but not least is this one. I had some stuff to say about the other ones, but not this one. Oh well. Ready to choose your favorite? And hey, in case you didn't think the stakes were high enough, despite it already being in high tier, why don't we also choose the rock that makes us think of each other? I'll go first. Painite, because it's the best rock, and you're the best rock. There can only be one best rock by definition, and I already said it was you. Okay, now you go. Wow, you think I'm useful as zinc? That's a tall order. I don't know if I can fill those shoes. No one's ever been able to make shoes large enough for zinc. That's why zinc wears no shoes. And tragically, I still and always do. You think I'm as mysterious as onyx? I don't know. I'm an open book. Ask me anything. Heck, I'll give you better responses than a book ever could. Books can't talk. Ah, interesting choice. The other one. I guess this one's like, no one ever saw it making it to high tier. It's the rock that subverts your expectations and then flips them upside down again. The underdog rock. I love a good underdog tale. An undertale, if you will. So that's what you think of me? The underdog? I'm honored. Nice. They look good up here. High and mighty. Wondering what the peasant rocks are up to. Sorry, that was out of line. All rocks are great. Next is mid-tier. We have sulfur, selenite, and coal. Sulfur is toxic. I just like the way it looks. It's slightly toxic to touch, but definitely don't lick this one. It would make you pretty sick. Well, Captain licked it once and got sick. Guess it hasn't been tested on humans yet. I just wouldn't. Next is selenite. Some people call it selenite rose. Couldn't really recommend licking it either. I mean, maybe once or twice is fine. It's pretty much just salt. It'll dissolve if you lick it too much. Then you've got nothing, except maybe a tummy ache. Ah, now you've gone and done it. Okay. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Anyway, back to the rocks. Yeah, I guess it'd be a real good present for a lover, or even just someone who really likes rocks. Well, I just always thought they are. I never thought I'd have to convince anyone of it. Glad to know you're on the trolley now, though. Last, but again, not least, is coal. I place coal in the mid-tier because I just kind of like it. I mean, it is kind of an ugly chunk of gunk, only good for being used up, and then when it is, it harms the environment. But on the plus side, it's coal. I'm all picked out, I think. You're gonna have to fly solo from here on out, I think. Which one makes you think of me? Ah, yes, salt. Nature's candy. I'm honored that you would even think to associate me with one of the world's most diligent and memorable condiments. Maybe one day I can work my way up to ketchup, the deputy of condiments. Nice one. You got me there. Boom. Roasted. Now I'm all burnt up, releasing greenhouse gases. Oh no. True. That is so me. Toxic. But you know what else? I like to look on the bright side. Being toxic ensures that people will never want to lick you. And who has time for that? Really? Alright. Whew. Finally, we're about ready to wrap things up with low tier. Last and least. Need a minute? Or are you ready? Thanks. It's nice that you're listening. It's one of the things I like best about you. Not everybody likes to listen. I don't mind if they don't, but it's better when somebody does. Especially when it's you doing the listening. Gotta write that one down. Later. On paper. Yeah, well, it's pretty much all I do. You'd know a lot about rocks too, if you were me. Alright, final tier. These are a lot of what people call regular rocks. Granite, sandstone, marble. Some of them have bits of quartz in them that sparkle in the sunlight. Some of them are quartz. When it comes to squeaking into bottom tier, the main thing I look for here is hustle. What shape is the rock? Does it look like it's a hard worker? Does it look like it started from the bottom and now it's trying to get into the bottom tier? This piece of granite to me looks like a fluffy cloud. The fact that such a hard, sturdy piece of rock could be so fluffy and cute makes me think I can be whatever I want to be. This sandstone, the fact that it's called a sandstone and not a sandrock, despite its location, I can't help but admire its rebellious spirit. This quartz, there are many others like it, but this one's mine. It's the most common crystal in the world. If you don't count Feldspaar. In some places, it's see-through. In other places, it's milky and not so see-through. Is it hiding secrets? Is it transparent about other things? When light passes through, it creates a rainbow. Even though it's common, its shape is unique, the same way every snowflake is unique. And when it wants to, it can create an amazing display of color. Like just about any crystal, really. That's why quartz is bottom tier. So now I ask, which of these do you think represents us? Sorry, I keep changing the rules of this game and stuff. I kinda just made it up on the spot. Need to work out the bugs. So yeah, which one is us? Yeah, in a weird way, I think it is. Yeah, whatever happens in Sandrock, we've got our whole lives ahead of us. We could do anything. We could even change our careers. To deputy. Yes. I refuse to even acknowledge Feldspaar as a mineral. Some things are not cool to joke about. But don't worry, it's fine. You didn't know. Wow, there you have it. That took a lot longer than I expected, but the results speak for themselves. This is probably the best display I've ever seen. Thanks for helping me. Feel free to come and check out the rocks anytime. Doors always open. See ya. Oh, sure. I get it. Way to turn a tier list into a tier list. See ya. Good. You're up. I'm also up. I like daytime because that's when the sun is out. It makes it much easier to see everything. Hey, I have an idea for something that will be really fun. Well, unless we get attacked by monsters or something along the way. But if that doesn't happen, should be good. Can you meet me tomorrow at 8 p.m.? Great. Bring that rock with you too. The one I gave you that looks like a cartoon heart, but not a real heart, because that would be weird. Don't forget, tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'll have everything ready. Did you remember the special rock I gave you? Great. I have special plans for it. I'm really glad you're here. Sometimes it feels like we never get to do stuff together. You're always building things. I'm always walking around looking for bad guys. I wish we had more time to do stuff like this instead. You may have noticed this extraordinary pile of rocks next to all the regular rocks that are usually here. I chose them especially for our date tonight. You know I love to stack rocks in different ways. It's been a relaxing and creative outlet for me. Lately, I've also been thinking about everything I do better when it's with you. Then it hit me. If stacking rocks by myself is my favorite thing to do, doing it with you will be the most favoritist thing ever. So here's my plan. I'll make part of this thing thinking about you and how happy I am when I'm with you. If you do the same and finish the parts I left empty, then it'll be like the rock version of our love. Huh? No, it is our love in rock form. Well, without further ado, let's get this party started. Quick, what's your favorite color? But you can only choose Rufus or Sepia. Rufus, same color as the head of a hornbill. Okay, perfect. I was hoping you'd say that. Okay, next, what's your favorite shape? But you can only choose mountain, heart, or thumbs up. These are the only shapes I know how to make. Aha, mountain. Wise choice. That's the biggest rock there is. If we're gonna make a rock version of our love, go big or go home. Am I right? Start with a good foundation. Okay, I'll put this one here. Huh. Oops, almost dropped one. Now for the final piece. You can add the stone that symbolizes our love yourself. It goes right on top. This might be the best night of my life, and now you've left a piece to remember it by. A complete stack, made by us, steady, just like in a strong relationship, which we have. Strong and steady, like a rock? Oh, now I see what you were saying before. Thank you for coming out here. I know stacking rocks isn't everyone's favorite thing to do. You're really good at it though. It's late. We should get you home and tucked in for the night, so you won't be too tired tomorrow. I mean, you look kind of cool when you have shadows under your eyes, but it's a bad habit. Sweet dreams, my love.
We're triggering a whole new phase of life. I'm excited to see what it's like.
Precious. Pookie. My gem. Honey. Sweetness. Princess. Precious. Darling. Angel. Pumpkin. Honey. Angel. Precious. Beautiful. Prince. Darling. Handsome.
By the power given to me by the Holy Spirit, I hereby pronounce you united under the everlasting Son.
I feel kind of bad for our guests. We get to experience the joy of true love, and they just have to sit and watch. Well, they seem fine. Morning. I think both Wilson and I are well rested. What about you? Morning. You shine bright like a fluorite today. Take it easy and don't work too hard. I was thinking the other day, if anything happens to us, who'll take care of Wilson? Maybe we should have a child. Well, I'll leave it to you. I just hope they'll grow up to be strong and stable, like rocks. I have two good things to share with you. One, you're pregnant. Two, I'm going to be a father. Huh, I guess that's kind of one thing. Honey, I'm going to apply for a vacation at the Civil Corps when the baby arrives. I haven't had a day off, ever, so I think Justice will say yes. Honey, hey, what if we just walked around in a really big circle around town? Like a huge one, maybe all the way past the greenhouse? Wouldn't that be cool? Well, if ever there was a time to go, now would be the time. Or now. Or maybe even right after I finish this sentence. Now. Remember when you were like, step, step, step? And I was like, this shoe goes here, that shoe goes there. That part was awesome. Honey, if you need something while you're pregnant, let me know. I'm here for you. I'm your rock. Hey, you're here. Justice is at the dining table already. You two can talk a while. Maybe avoid the subject of soup ingredients. I may have worn him out on the topic already.
Hey, glad you're here. He introduced me to his friend, Wilson. It's kind of freaking me out. I swear he's giving me the stink eye.
Food's ready.
Thanks, Unsuur. Hey, this looks really good.
Thanks. I made it. From stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Made it from the stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know you could cook so well. When did you learn that?
I don't know. I just read what's on the page.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that is pretty simple.
Yeah.
Well, you follow instructions well.
Thanks, boss. That means a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, seen any nice rocks lately?
Yeah, I saw a great one the other day.
Can I see it?
It looked pretty comfortable where it was, so I left it.
Ah,
I was lost in the desert for a while. I was trying to get to Atara.
you were walking there?
Yeah, it didn't seem too far at the time. On the map, it looks like the length of your finger, but in real life, oh boy, that's how they get you.
But
After a bit of a wander, I found myself at Sandrock and saw that the sheriff was hiring.
yeah, we were kind of short-staffed then. Turnover in Sandrock was pretty high back in those days.
Yeah, you hired me on the spot. You said, if you work hard, maybe one day you'll make deputy.
So that's why.
Yeah, seemed like as good a dream as any.
Huh, go figure. Aw, heck, getting nostalgic, are we? I guess. I played around a lot. Used to follow around my old boss. Thought he was the meanest yak hand I ever seen.
You used to be young, Sheriff?
I'll take that as a compliment. Me and Owen used to play sheriff and sand bandit. I guess I always had it in me, huh?
Wow, Sheriff, that was a great story.
Less of a story, more of a statement, but what about you, Unsure? When I picture you when you were little, well, I just imagine a tiny you.
Right on the money, boss. Especially when I was a baby. Real tiny. I used to collect pebbles, too. How things change, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Nice, nice tune.
That's cool. I've never been able to whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm,
Oh,
yeah?
nothing.
Shoot anything recently, sir?
Well, I mean, you've been with me recently.
Yeah, of course. That's right. Saw the... No, I never met him. Sounds like a cool guy, though.
Aw, man, you don't even know. Things that guy could do.
Sounds like you really respect him, boss.
Respect him. I would have given my life for him.
Sounds a lot like you, Sheriff.
Aw, shucks, Unsure. Thanks. But old B3 was still around. He'd make guys like us look like oblong rutabagas and week-old tater salad. I ever tell you about the Sandrock?
The Sandrock Hotel standoff?
All right, guy got a six-shooter, carrying a sack to put the goals in. He walks in and just starts blasting.
Whoa.
Whoa's right.
What happened next, boss?
Well, quick as lightning, B3 shoots that there gun right out of his hand, throws down his own, and tackles the guy. That's right, B3 ain't a man for killing. He didn't want to shed no blood, and he had an eagle eye. So guy gets thrown in jail, locked up and shipped off to Atara. Ain't never heard from again.
That's really cool, boss.
Yeah, I ain't seen a shot like that ever since.
I wish I could have met him.
Yeah, me too, buddy. I reckon he could have taught you a lot.
You've taught me a lot too, Sheriff.
Huh?
Yeah, pretty much everything other than like walking, talking, a couple other things. I know I learned from you.
Well, thank you, Unsure. I didn't know that.
Well, I guess I taught you something too then, boss.
Haha, I guess you did. Ain't that something? Well, it's getting kind of late.
Right.
You know, I had a lot of fun tonight.
That's cool. You didn't have to.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I was a little apprehensive.
Why, boss?
Well, I usually find your unique brand of weirdness to be abrasive rather than endearing.
Understandable, sir.
But I reckon I misjudged you. You're a good cop and a great guy, let alone chef. What do you call this here yellow soup anyhow?
Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, I reckon we gotta head now. I'll see you tomorrow, Unsure.
See you tomorrow, Sheriff. Bye. child. Okay, let's go and do the application at the temple. What should we name them? The rocks we have at home means a bunch of names are already taken.